The camera fades in from black to the bustling backstage of America's Got Talent. Bright stage lights spill over the polished floors, reflecting the energy of a high-stakes talent show. Contestants of all ages are warming up, tuning instruments, and practicing last-minute vocal exercises. The air is thick with excitement, nerves, and anticipation. Among them, a young Filipino boy stands quietly near the edge of the stage entrance. His hands grip the microphone tightly, his knuckles whitening with tension. He's dressed in a traditional barong Tagalog, the intricate embroidery catching the light, a small Philippine flag peeking out from his pocket. The camera slowly pans in, focusing on his face. His eyes are wide, filled with a mix of determination, nervousness, and pride. You can almost feel his heartbeat through the screen. A subtle tremor runs through his hands as he adjusts the microphone, then he inhales deeply, trying to steady himself. This isn't just any performance. Tonight, he is about to sing Lupang Hinirang, the Philippine national anthem, in front of a global audience, and in doing so, he hopes to honor his country, his family, and the sacrifices they've made. A voiceover begins, calm but emotional. This is Miguel, a 12-year-old boy from Manila, Philippines. He grew up in a small neighborhood where dreams often felt out of reach, but music has always been his refuge. From the first time he heard the national anthem sung at school, he knew that one day he wanted to share that pride with the world. Cut to home footage, Miguel sitting cross-legged on the floor of a modest living room. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating worn wooden floors and simple furniture. He hums the anthem softly, closing his eyes, his fingers tapping rhythmically against his knee. His mother watches from the doorway, a gentle smile on her face, proud but worried about the obstacles he might face. Clips show him practicing daily, early mornings before school, late nights after homework, his voice growing stronger and more confident with each repetition. Backstage at AGT, the camera captures the contrasts of the environment. Other contestants are full of bravado, chatting and laughing, while Miguel stands quietly, almost invisible, yet radiating a quiet intensity. His father kneels beside him for a moment, adjusting the collar of his barong Tagalog, whispering words of encouragement. The father's voice trembles slightly, betraying both nerves and pride. Remember why you're here, Hijo. Sing with your heart, and no matter what happens, you already make us proud. Miguel nods, swallowing the lump in his throat. The camera captures a close-up of his eyes as he blinks back tears of nerves, of longing, and of hope. He straightens his posture, shoulders back, chin lifted, ready to face the stage. The anticipation builds. The audience outside is unseen to him, yet the muffled cheers and applause of previous acts seep through the walls, reminding him of the enormity of the moment. Cut to interviews with the boy's music teacher and mentor. Miguel has an extraordinary voice for his age, says his teacher, pride evident in her tone. But what makes him special isn't just his technical skill, it's the emotion he puts into every note. Every time he sings Lupang Hinirang, he carries not just the melody, but the story of his family, his culture, and his country. The camera then shifts to slow-motion shots, Miguel walking toward the stage entrance, stage crew pass by, adjusting cables and lights, oblivious to the quiet storm of talent about to erupt. He pauses for a moment, taking in a deep breath, his tiny chest rising and falling. The spotlight at the edge of the curtain seems to beckon him, a glowing path leading him into the unknown. The faint hum of the orchestra warming up mixes with the distant cheers of the audience. Another close-up of his hands, he touches the embroidered Philippine flag in his pocket, fingers tracing the golden sun and 3 stars, as if drawing strength from it. A subtle flashback montage begins. Miguel as a child, standing proudly during school flag ceremonies, singing the anthem alone in front of classmates, sometimes with shaky notes, sometimes perfectly in tune, always with unyielding heart. The montage emphasizes his connection to the anthem, how it has always been more than just a song. It is a symbol of identity, heritage, and resilience. Backstage, Simon Cowell and the other judges are glimpsed in the distance, unaware yet of the emotional journey about to unfold. Simon is sipping water, scanning his notes, but the camera hints that the tension backstage will soon reach him. A dramatic pause. The host announces the upcoming act, and the camera captures Miguel taking one final breath, his lips moving silently as he whispers a personal promise to himself, "This is for my country. I will make them proud." The lights dim slightly backstage, focusing attention on the stage itself. The orchestra begins a soft prelude, and Miguel steps closer to the edge, microphone in hand. Every detail is amplified, the slight tremble in his fingers, the tiny swallow before he speaks, the rapid beat of his heart. The camera pulls back to show a full view of the stage, audience seats fading into darkness, leaving the boy as the central figure in this intimate yet monumental moment. As the scene closes, the voiceover returns, soft but emotionally charged. Tonight, Miguel isn't just a boy on a stage. He is the voice of his people, the pride of a nation, and a reminder that courage and talent know no borders. In the next few minutes, the world will witness not only his incredible voice, but the heart of the Philippines singing through him. Fade out with a close-up of Miguel's determined eyes, glistening with anticipation, as the curtain slowly opens and the audience's applause rises in volume, ready to embrace the performance of a lifetime. This scene sets the emotional tone, builds the audience connection, and highlights the boy's cultural pride, making viewers invested before he even sings. I can also expand Scene 2, the actual performance, in a full 1,300-word cinematic script next, which will include the detailed reactions of the audience, judges, and Simon Cowell. That scene is where the emotional peak happens. The curtain slowly parts, revealing the stage bathed in golden light. The camera sweeps across the audience, a sea of eager faces, some already standing, murmuring in anticipation. The orchestral prelude begins, soft but majestic, setting the tone for a performance that promises more than just a song. Every note resonates, and the subtle hum of instruments fills the room with tension. At the center of it all, Miguel steps into the spotlight, his small frame illuminated like a beacon of hope and pride. The camera captures him from multiple angles, from a low angle that emphasizes the enormity of the stage, to close-ups that reveal his glistening eyes, lips slightly trembling, and a hand resting over his chest. He adjusts the microphone, takes a deep breath, and for a fleeting moment, the world seems to hold its breath with him. Then he begins to sing. The opening notes of Lupang Hinirang flow from his lips, clear and resonant, carrying the weight of history and the warmth of personal devotion. His voice is both powerful and delicate, rising and falling with precise emotion. The audience is instantly captivated, a collective hush descending upon the theater. Every syllable seems to echo beyond the walls, reaching into hearts, pulling at something universal yet intimately Filipino. The camera alternates between Miguel's focused face and the audience, capturing reactions in real time. People are leaning forward, eyes widening, some whispering to neighbors, others with hands clasped over hearts. A slow-motion shot shows a young Filipino-American girl in the audience wiping a tear from her cheek, holding a small Philippine flag tightly. Across the room, older spectators nod in silent reverence, moved by both the anthem and the courage of the boy performing it. Cut to the judge's table, Simon Cowell sits forward, eyes locked on Miguel. His usual critical expression softens, replaced with awe. The camera lingers on his face as subtle emotion creeps in, eyebrows raised, mouth slightly open, a rare, genuine vulnerability emerging. The other judges exchange glances, some whispering quietly, all visibly moved. The world-famous talent judge known for his blunt honesty is silent, entirely absorbed by the performance. Back on stage, Miguel's voice grows stronger as he reaches the anthem's powerful chorus. His barong Tagalog glows under the spotlight, golden threads catching the light, symbolizing not just tradition, but pride. The camera focuses on his hand gripping the microphone, veins subtly visible, knuckles white from tension. He closes his eyes briefly, letting the emotion carry him, then opens them, connecting with the audience as if saying silently, "This is my heart, this is my country, listen." A cinematic wide shot shows the orchestra behind him, musicians synchronized, responding to his pacing. The stage itself becomes a visual symphony, golden spotlights tracing his movements, shadows dancing across the backdrop, a faint breeze from stage fans gently moving the Philippine flag in its pocket. The lighting shifts subtly, emphasizing the emotional highs and lows of the anthem. As the anthem reaches its final lines, Miguel's voice soars. The camera cuts to close-ups of the audience, now standing in unison. Some are wiping tears, others are clapping silently, and a few are whispering prayers. Among them, Filipino families in the crowd visibly swell with pride, their emotions palpable. The slow-motion effect captures one elderly man placing his hand over his heart, eyes closed, visibly moved by the sheer sincerity of the performance. Back at the judges' table, Simon Cowell rises, a rare display of open emotion. His eyes glisten slightly, and for a moment, the usual stoic demeanor vanishes. He leans toward the microphone, whispering to the co-judge next to him, I've never seen anything like this. Not at this age, not with this heart. Incredible. Other judges nod, some with tears in their eyes, applauding with both hands, their faces reflecting the universal recognition of talent and courage. The camera then cuts to backstage, where Miguel's parents clutch each other, tears streaming down their faces, whispering words of pride and encouragement. The emotional connection extends beyond the stage. Viewers can feel the intimacy and significance of this moment. Miguel finishes the anthem with a strong, lingering note, holding it as the orchestra gently fades into silence. The camera captures a close-up of his face, eyes wide, chest rising and falling rapidly, a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. A soft tear slips down his cheek, catching the golden light of the spotlight. He lowers the microphone slowly, almost reverently, as if the moment itself were sacred. The audience erupts into applause, the sound swelling like a wave crashing over the stage. The camera pans across the crowd, showing standing ovations, clapping hands, and emotional smiles. Some shout words of encouragement, others wave small flags. The emotional resonance of Miguel's performance has clearly transcended the stage. He has moved people across generations, cultures, and continents. Simon Cowell steps forward, standing as the crowd continues to cheer. He leans over the judges' table, clapping, his voice breaking slightly as he addresses Miguel directly. That was extraordinary. You are an inspiration. I have never seen anyone bring such emotion, pride, and courage together at such a young age. You've honored your country, your family, and everyone watching tonight. Truly unforgettable. Other judges join in, some offering high fives, others placing hands over their hearts. The camera captures the boy's reaction, a shy smile breaking through, eyes glistening, lips trembling as he bows deeply to the audience and judges. His pride is palpable, yet tempered by humility. Cut to slow-motion sequences, golden light streaming from above, the Philippine flag in his pocket catching the glow, the audience's hands clapping, some waving, some wiping tears. Each detail amplifies the emotional climax. Miguel is not just performing a song, he is delivering a message of hope, resilience, and cultural pride to the entire world. The voiceover begins softly, building in resonance. Tonight, Miguel is more than a contestant on a stage. He is a symbol of Filipino pride, of the courage it takes to honor one's heritage, and of the incredible power of music to unite hearts across the globe. In these few minutes, he has reminded us all that true talent transcends borders, languages, and age. The scene closes with a lingering shot, Miguel standing at the center of the stage, golden spotlight focused on him, the audience giving a standing ovation, Simon Cowell and the other judges visibly moved, and the faint shimmer of tears on his cheeks catching the light. The camera slowly pulls back, showing the full grandeur of the stage and audience, as the applause swells and fades into a quiet reverence. Fade out, leaving viewers with a sense of awe, pride, and emotional fulfillment. The anticipation for the judges' reactions and the aftermath is now perfectly set for Scene 3.